Civility Management Solutions is here to help respect and productivity thrive in your workplace so you can always reach your what ifs. We understand that behind every difference, there's real potential. That's why for over a decade, our team has created solutions that fit you, your goals, your people, your dynamic workplace. We bring principles that deliver efficiency at work while also reducing stress and increasing happiness at home. We don't just tackle your workplace challenges, we unlock the possibilities within them. We are Civility Management Solutions.
Welcome to our second edition of talking about civility in the workplace. But today we're going to talk about the culture equals currency. You know, it is all about the money in the end. If you are in business, if you are a leader of any business that's trying to make some money and some profits, culture equals currency. But I'm not going to be here by myself. I got Miss Freddie, my good, great friend. And if she can join me now, there she is. Yay. Welcome, Freddie.
Excellent afternoon.
Yes,
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be in this room with you, my friend.
Definitely. It's always a pleasure to chat it up with you wherever we may be, right? And we
Exactly.
meet each other in a lot of places and spaces. So I know you very well, right? Matter of fact, I know you very, very well. And on that note, I could talk about you all day long, but I want you to share with everybody who you are and why you're here chatting it up with me.
Well, first of all, Lori, thank you so much for this opportunity. It is an honor. I am Frederica Cunningham. I am the founder and chief executive officer of HR in Motion, LLC. And we exist because it is our mission to connect with small business owners. According to the Small Business Administration, there is 99.9% of us. And we want to make sure that your function, the function of human resources, is properly utilized. And it is such I don't even always know how to describe it when I have the privilege of connecting with business owners, men and women, who have visions that are beyond some of them that I've ever experienced or imagined. But just to hear someone's story of how their vision became a reality, and we get the opportunity to join forces with that. When I say we, I'm talking about my team. We get to join forces with business owners, and on a daily basis, we have the opportunity to assist them, chief executive officers, C-suite members, managers, exempt and non-exempt employees, to make the reality a good thing each and every day.
I love it because you know what? We started our businesses around the same time.
We did.
And all I know is you were HR and your background in HR. And I'm over here doing this federal government. All I knew in my head is, unfortunately, Freddie and I will not be able to work together because HR in the federal government is so different than HR in corporate America. But as you continued your grind and I continued my grind, a time came that I got Civility's first award with my team here and brought on higher people. And it was like, okay, there's some things I like to do and make sure the culture of civility is at the forefront, and one of them will be with me being on the back side of things. I need somebody else as a point guard because I hired people that I knew that were professionals in their field, and they brought that skill to civility. And I'm glad to say several of them up to 9 years or more. So since we started at the same time, a lot has happened, right? So give me your thoughts about that time frame. Do you recall any of those moments back then when we were beating the pavement and just doing some networking together and everything? What do you recall?
I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember the meeting that you had in your home. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And I gave a presentation, a formal presentation to you and to your team of what it was going to look like, from being friends with a desire to connect with your vision and to make your vision a reality with their skill set. And after that presentation, we literally became, I can see it right now. Some of us was in the family room. Some of us was in the dining room. Some of us was in the kitchen. We were in pockets having conversations about how we were about to take your vision and literally expand it. Well, not only did we talk about it, We actually did it. And in addition to that experience and that time, Lori, HR Emotion was able to provide you exactly what you just described. Needing the support, you needed the functionality of human resources in connecting with your team members who had relationships with you on a personal note before Civility Management Solutions became a reality. And we did that. We began working with your team members from a job description perspective all the way through evaluations.
Yes.
We're able to bring content and context in our conversations, in our exchanges. We were able to bring information back to you with recommendations. We were able to bring back to you desires, the types of growth experiences that your team members were desiring based on what was happening in your organization in terms of contracts,
Yes.
skill sets that were required, training that was provided, bringing in other consultancy to support you, having HR Emotion available to change job descriptions, HR Emotion to engage with your team members one-on-one when that information or when that experience was necessary, as it related to the job descriptions and helping individuals move from here to the next ring, to the next ring, to the next ring, so that you became the chief executive officer to your team members because of what you were allowed to happen on their behalf. So it
Yes. And
went
yes.
just from being
I love it.
Lori's friend, it went to the perspective, I am a part of Lori's team. I am a part of Lori's vision. I am a part of Lori's mission, and I want to see my success to the end of this experience.
I
And I
love it.
have watched that happen.
I love it. And several things came to mind because I remember you adding our mission to the point of what civility stood for into the employee manual, even though it was already set, it had all the rules and regulations in there. You so softened it up so that we came across as a company that was happy to have individuals to work with us and be on our team, no matter whether they were in the corporate office or if they were out on contract, that they were part of the main big picture. And I
Yes.
remember some of those edits specifically were softening things up, because employee manuals can be kind of whatever. Okay. But
Yeah.
the mission of what civility stood for. I remember some coaching sessions, even as you were talking just now, that certain individuals, after you met with them, you were able to see, let me sit and spend some time with them, Lori. And I was like, yes, by all means do that, because we want everybody to be better. Well, you and I both know this, better is always available, right? We know that.
Absolutely.
And so that pouring into individuals, you were right there on my side to make sure that happened. And what I loved about it is that I didn't have to feel the stress of it with biases.
Yeah.
Oh, Lori and Cheryl been worked together years ago at Head Start. And so she's favoring her. Oh, Lori knows Deanna. They're both from Chicago. And none of that. All that got removed by me stepping out of it and allowing you to lead the team with everything that I had in me about what I was trying to accomplish around this office. And I must admit, now 13 years later, it's quite impressive to know that everybody is sold out and bought in on how we rock over here. Okay.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly. That speaks volumes to you and your leadership style, Lori,
Thank you. I
because it takes courage. It takes courage to, one, allow someone else in a different capacity, because it's great to be friends, but when it is time to transfer over to the place of a business connection, the objective and the hope is that you will embrace my vision, you will embrace my mission, and you're able to help me assist my team to get to where I already see them. I already see where they can be because I believe in their skill sets and their language to me of wanting to be a part of this. And so you were willing to step aside, not completely, like you say, I'm right here,
Yeah, let me know when I need to show up.
Exactly. And because of that, Lori, you've allowed your organization to pivot in the places where that was required. And at the same time, the individuals that are still with you have been able to move in tandem with you. So
Yeah,
that is amazing.
thank you for that. It has really been impressive. So today I know we're going to be talking about this culture is equal to currency. We want to pull that in. So anything out the gate though that you want to share with us about civility as we have this civility first season going on during the current season of so many things happening. We want people to remember it is okay to be civil, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
in the civility first world that we're rocking here at Civility Management Solutions, to share with others and encourage others to do that, talk to us about what civility means to you.
Listen, this is a big deal. This conversation is huge. I'm going to come out of the gate by saying this. Civility is how we protect dignity in the workplace.
Mm,
And especially, Lori, when there's disagreement.
yes,
It
which
is
is going to
important.
happen, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Which is why civility is so important. And actually, I'm going to pull it in right this moment, then we'll talk it through. Civility and respect really must have this type of relationship in the workplace for us to be successful. So let's talk about the civility side first. Actually, if something as basic, we didn't know it then, of course, and I don't even know if our parents knew it. But those of us who were raised in homes where you were taught manners, civility began then. Have you ever, do you recall being a child and if you had siblings, you got into a fight or you got into an argument, your parents would say, I'm sorry.
Yes,
After they said, what happened? Well, what did you do? Well, what did you do? And the parents was teaching us how to negotiate,
good.
how to share what we were feeling. And then the parent says, okay, let's shut this down. Apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Civility has everything to do with manners. So in the workplace, when we talk about protecting dignity, we have to understand that there are three things that we should come to the table with, both with clarity, candor, and respect when we're talking
Yes,
to each other and when we bring to the table where the issues may be. So when we talk about civility and matters from a business perspective, let's start with performance. Civil teams, they share
civil team.
information, civil teams share information faster, make decisions cleaner,
Come on.
and they fix problems sooner. Oh, there's one other thing that they do. They identify the strengths of each team member so that they are not working against the team.
Come on with that. Oh,
That
that's
is
so good.
civility. That's just in the business space of how important it is for each person. Each person brings strength to the table.
Yes, yes, and
we
yes.
we miss it when we don't understand that the value of civil teams, civil conversations, when we have that in place, Lori, we are actually, when we talk about currency and culture, we're
Mm-hmm.
actually opening up keys or access. So we have keys available to us to unlock doors,
Okay,
to
okay.
unlock connections in the workplace, to unlock developing partnerships, creating task force, creating commitment or committees. What's happening? We are building team members' strengths, how to disagree, how to bring resolve, how to bring about opportunities to present to leadership. It
Mm-hmm.
all begins with civility. And when civility is in the room, then the culture is established. When civility is in the room and the culture is established, psychological safety is
Yes.
also in the room.
Yes, and
Psychological
yes.
safety is in the room, Lori, because what you have already decided that the people that you've hired, the people that I've decided that they are good for the vision. But it is contingent on the success of the people coming together for the same purpose, is to bring their skill sets, their strengths, their education, bring it to the table, and become one with the mission and the vision of the organization.
I love it.
When civility is in the room, we minimize grievances, investigations, and lawsuit. You may be thinking, well, Freddie, how do you do that? When civility is in the room and we have disagreements, we are able to walk away, get ourselves together, come back, and talk it through. Because we have policies and procedures in every organization. And if you don't,
That's
we
right.
should. You must
That's
have policies
it
and
in writing.
procedures. You must have them. And when you have them, they are your driving force. Your policies and procedures are your driving force, and it gives you, the executive team member, or the next level of leadership that is handling the situation, it gives you the framework on how to move forward.
That is so powerful. Ooh, that's so good because I see that around here.
Yes.
What we did several years ago now, because we're 13 years in business, so maybe 5-6 years in is around the time that I was able to bring you on that 4.5 market. And
Yes.
some people didn't survive it, right? And they didn't survive it because they did not desire to have a culture that spoke to exactly what you said. One or two wanted to be smarter than the other. I know more. I'm better than them, and would display it and say it out their mouth. And it's like, well, we're a team. Excuse me. Knock, knock, knock. What the teamwork, right? This I stuff. I don't even talk from that perspective. So it for those that didn't fit in, it was a lot of that was on the table. So I loved you for that. I got to give this part about why I even established Civility Management Solutions, because I was managing people, and I couldn't. I'm a Marine, right? I'm just saying there's some things that come with that, right? So respect is one of them, and the disrespect, the people not acknowledging that I was their increase. I'm like, if you're gonna get an annual increase, it's gonna come because of our relationship. So disrespect, I mean, not being held accountable for their actions, just outright lying about stuff instead of taking accountability for things. And I used to just get flustered about it. And I was managing at that time maybe like 111 people throughout the country, around the United States. Love what I was doing. Love my job. These people were something else. And so one of the things when I was establishing Civility, someone heard that often enough and they gave me the word civility. So I looked it up, pulled out the sources. I didn't Google nothing. And I started writing. I said, this is it. This is perfect. And then I learned that civility is taught in some universities with my research on using this word civility. And then I added management solutions to it. And being responsible for your actions, being respectful, and practicing restraint, meaning watch what you say out your mouth, right? Because you can be great at doing your job, like you just gave with being with a civil team. But if your behavior is incivility within the civil team, you're liable to lose your job. I don't care how great you are at doing it. Let's be clear. Nobody will put up with you all day long and all your nuances. So thank you for sharing that. That was powerful. So let's talk more about how you supported civility in developing just that piece. And you don't have to give me no one-on-ones, but I remember I set it up for you to have one-on-ones with the team as needed in quarterly, semi, and then annually. I stayed away from any of the performance reviews. And you actually advised me with a one-pager summary of what came out of your time. You didn't give me, they said this, she did that, and I can't believe she. No, you gave me a summary based on what you heard, the good, bad, and indifferent that